Went up to Newcastle.
Yes.
How was that?
I love Newcastle. I was hired there to play the same way as Chelsea, in the same style, but it was difficult. That was really difficult. But I enjoyed it. Eventually, we got to the final with you guys.
Yeah.
And you know what the worst thing is? It's in my perception, we played really, really well against you guys.
Do you think so, Ruud?
But, yes, you have to think about your possibilities and what you have. The only thing is that you had 5 players who could score a goal. The perception, I've watched you so many times. The perception that you give me all the time, that I can get you. All the time, that I can get you. But then all of a sudden, there's always somebody who makes an unbelievable goal. And that was so special. So therefore, it almost was like you sucked me in, like, okay, have a little bit more courage. And then, bam. So, and you had such great players up front. So therefore also, you scored 2 goals. And I saw the game later on ESPN Classics somewhere 10 years ago. Yeah. And I was looking at it and we played well. We really do. The only thing is creating opportunities was difficult, of course, but playing was not that bad. And I remember your reaction is the same. I said to Smigel the same thing. And he said, no, for me it was okay. It was an easy game. Yeah. So, but if I look at the way we played okay.
Yeah.
When you went to Newcastle, was Shearer kind of coming to the end of his career?
Yes.
Because did you leave him out of a derby game?
Yes, I left him out, yes.
Yeah.
Later on, I had to laugh. Gary Lineker tried in a show also to defend him when I was with him and Alan. And he said, after a while, yeah, you left him out, yes. I said, yeah, but I was not the only one. I think that Bobby Robson tried to sell him as well, eh? Alan said, don't go there, please. Stop there. So then there was another one. He tried it again with me. And also about a player that was, was an older player and everything. And so what you would do in a situation like that? I would put him on the bench. So Alan was like, Alan and I became friends after that.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I think that Alan wanted to protect himself. And I think that Alan was... get the wrong information of what I wanted, because I wanted him. The only thing is, I don't know if he had the same thing with me. I don't know. I think he was very loyal also to Kenny Dalglish, who was coach there.
Yeah.
So therefore, it was not easy. And and of course, the lesser players are close to him because he has so much power. But these lesser players didn't need to play. But, if you stick to him, then you have a chance to play. So therefore, I had this battle about how I have to do this. And eventually, I couldn't win this battle. I didn't want to have a battle, but I wanted to do the same thing. I found it already a miracle that we came to the final already. And for me, one of the key players that was Speed. What a player he was.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a midfielder going bam, forward. And I said to him, no, you're not going to do that again. You're going to be a holding midfielder. You have the technique, ability, passing, everything, intelligence. And he played like this for me. Oh, he was fantastic. All of a sudden, because of him, started how he wanted to play. Yeah. And then eventually, I saw that it was not working. And I went to the board and I said, look, it's not working. I'm not going to get the chance to
So what was
change
it? Was it his style of play? 'Cause I mean, listen, in England and the Premier League is
No. I needed him, but I needed him also in different ways. I will give you an example. I was coach of Chelsea. Sparky, Mark Hughes. Mark Hughes. I said to him, you're now 34. Width of the 18-yard box, that is your territory. I don't want you to go outside. I don't want you to chase people. I want you to stay only in the 18-yard box. That's your territory. Oh, yeah, but I'm used to running. No, that was when you were 26. Now you're 34. I need you to be just there in that area in order. And I want you to save your energy. When we did training and we did running, The others had to do 10. After 5, you go inside, have a massage. Okay? Because you're getting older, you have your experience. And Mark thanked me. In the end of his career, he could win a trophy and also be important for us, because I had also an argument with Vialli, because Mark Hughes was playing better than Vialli. And I had to be honest, and even when Vialli was a friend of mine, but I had to be honest. So I put Mark Hughes there with Zola. Yeah, it was not bad up front. So therefore, you get always these little arguments. If you want to play in a way that is the best for the team. And I think that I needed Alan, but in the way he was playing, not so much, because I didn't have the players to do what he wanted.
Who did you play up front in that game against?
I had Ferguson also up front, but I don't know.
I don't think you played.
No, Duncan was not there. It was the second year. I don't know anymore. I don't know.
Was it the game? Obviously, leaving Alan Shearer out is massive. And
Yes.
for an England manager, it was the same. But
Yes.
Was it Sunderland though? It was against
against
Sunderland.
Sunderland as well.
1-0 up, and then it was raining like hell and everything. And then when one moment they had a big pass up front, went in the pond, everybody went past it, and then the guy just chipped it out over the
Phillips,
goalkeeper.
was it?
Yeah. So therefore, then you feel, okay, and I think, no, this is maybe not for me.
Did you know you were in trouble at that point?
No, not trouble. I just said to them, I went to the board, I said, look, I don't think this is for me. I don't think it, and they begged me to stay. They begged me
Who
to
was
stay.
this at the time? Was it Kenneth Shepherd?
Shepherd, yes.
Freddie Shepherd, sorry.
Freddie, yeah. And we became friends also because of that. Because I said to him, look, I don't need the money. I just want to end the contract. I said, I'm very thankful for what I have, what I could do, but this is not for me. This is not the way, the club where you can do it.
What was making you say that?
Because I knew that I could not change the environment on that moment.
What, the
could
players
not
or
change.
the fans?
Players-wise, the way of playing, I could not change that. So therefore, I was right, because later on they relegated. I knew exactly what was going on, but I had not the power to change that. And
Why couldn't you keep them the same? Because Shearer, when you let Shearer scored 5 goals in a game, he's still blasting.
I know, but he was not doing at that moment the things that we needed to do in order to play. And I think he understood that as well. We became friends after that. And I remember, because we were trying to protect our way of playing. And also, I don't blame him for that. Never did. And later on, we were in Brazil. And we were in a hotel, on top of the hotel. And we were laughing together, drinking two beers and everything. And his wife comes to us. He says, I can't believe this. You were the biggest enemy in our house, and now you are sitting together, laughing, being together. What is this? And I said, yes, this is what it is. This is life.
But maybe that honesty then made respect. And,
Oh, yes,
you know
yes.
what I mean? I think
Yeah,
people
because
respect
Alan
that.
is a great striker. I needed him to do a little bit different in order to make it work. But I think he was not informed well of the intensity that I had from the beginning. And I think that was a little bit of like, maybe also my fault, because maybe I had to talk with him more and tell him what I really needed. But yeah, there were too many players that, stuck to him but were not good enough, not to play the game that you needed to play in order to make that step.
Very tough for you to do that for him at Newcastle.
Very difficult.
He is
difficult.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the biggest problem that you also had was not everybody wants to go there. You have to really get with a good plan in order to go there. And I think that the biggest success they had when Keegan was coach there. They had the best team they had. Didn't win it, but I think that. But now that I won a trophy, I'm so happy for that.